There's one system that consistently produces technically perfect, disciplined, elite-level fighters across multiple generations: the Soviet boxing style. Today, we're breaking down why the Soviet style is superior, how it was built, and why fighters trained under this system dominate at the highest level of boxing. Unlike other boxing cultures that focus on individual expression, the Soviet Union treated boxing like science. Boxing wasn't about personality. It wasn't about entertainment. It was about efficiency, results, and domination. The Soviets studied biomechanics, footwork patterns, punch efficiency, energy conservation. Every movement had a purpose. Fighters were trained the same fundamentals from a young age: perfect balance, constant motion, hands always in position, minimal wasted energy. This created boxers who were hard to hit, hard to pressure, and extremely consistent. The biggest difference you'll notice immediately in Soviet-style boxes is footwork. They don't stand flat-footed. They don't plant and brawl. They glide. Soviet footwork is based on angles over aggression, circling instead of retreating, staying just outside punching range. This allows them to control distance, break opponents mentally, make aggressive fighters miss repeatedly. You're not chasing a Soviet-style boxer. They're leading you into mistakes. In many styles, defense is taught as a reaction. In the Soviet system, defense is built into every movement. Punches return to guard. Head movement is subtle. Blocks and parries replace wild slips. This is why Soviet-style fighters look calm under pressure. They're not panicking. They're not wasting energy. They're reading you. The goal isn't to knock you out early. The goal is to make you tired, frustrated, and predictable. Soviet boxers throw a lot of punches, but rarely get caught. Why? Because they prioritize straight punches, quick combinations, punching while moving. Instead of loading up on one big shot, they touch you constantly, score points, break rhythm. This style dominates amateur boxing, and when adapted correctly, it becomes deadly in the pros. You're being hit without realizing how much damage is building up. The Soviet system didn't just train fighters physically, it trained them mentally. There's no ego in the ring. No emotional fighting, no brawling for the crowd. Every round has a plan. Every opponent is studied. Every weakness is exploited. That's why Soviet-style fighters rarely look rushed or desperate. They trust the system. They trust their training. And most importantly, they trust time. Look at fighters influenced by the Soviet system: Dmitri Bivol, Oleksandr Usyk, Artur Beterbiev, Lomachenko. They don't rely on raw power alone. They win with IQ, distance control, technical dominance. They make elite opponents look average. That's not luck. That's systematic superiority. The Soviet boxing style isn't flashy. It isn't loud. It isn't reckless. It's calculated, disciplined, and brutally effective. In a sport where one mistake can end everything, the style that minimizes mistakes will always rise to the top. And that's why the Soviet style remains superior.